Going to pass on now right away to John Matejczyk. John worked for most of the top creative agencies in the US through one time or another. I don't have even time to list them all, but think of them: Chiat Day, BBH, Goodby, Silverstein, the rest. He's won many awards for other people. A year or so ago, he put his own name on the door. And John, what made you do that? And what can you show us that's come out of that?
Great. Desperation. We take agency culture very seriously, so if you'll indulge me, I'd like to bang this Chuckle Hut to order. That means a lot to about 25 people. So in the depths of the recession, thanks for pointing out the economic hardship I think that a lot of us kind of came out of. We had the good fortune of starting very organically. We were founded about 2 years ago in San Francisco. It started organically. My partner, Dico Daglion, and I were freelancing, and we had a client who was a global collaboration technology company who gave us more things and more things and more things, and soon we rented space and brought on some more folks, and we were recently joined, well, a year ago, by Matt Hof-fer, our new president, who also knows how to run a company. It's very helpful. And we have a great support team. Michelle Spear and Kelly Bratfold are here with us today supporting us, so thank you. But, you know, before we started the agency, like Julian said, it was bouncing around a lot of really tremendous agencies. I kind of had two careers. One was slogging it out in Chicago at big agencies for big clients, and it was very, very difficult. If you ever meet someone who pulled off a doozy in that environment, hire them immediately. They were swimming against the stream. But then I had an opportunity to go to San Francisco to join Goodby Silverstein Partners, and we were able to start developing some of the first digital work that agency became known for, which is very exciting, and Fallon. What was a key part, Rob and I were talking about this last night, a key part of becoming an agency for me was the chance to freelance at a lot of great places like BBH and 180 and Chiat, because I got to see so many different agencies from the inside, and I found that they actually wanted what we were selling, and kind of gained some confidence that I could not have gotten had I been a full-time employee, because full-time employers aren't great at building confidence. We thought, hey, everyone said, all right, what's your bit? What's your deal? And I said, do we really have to have a bit? Can't we just be some folks with decent track records trying to do cool stuff? And apparently not. So, and it turns out there are things that are actually different about us. So we stand on this. We are professionals in the industry formerly known as advertising. And by this, we don't mean that advertising's dead, but it's expanding, and it's growing, and it's changing. And we mean that it's changing again tomorrow. So let's not define ourselves by what it is today. We were so serious about this, we considered naming the agency the acronym PIFCA, but that felt a little funny because there was the issue of Joe Pitka, and a rather effeminate one at that. So we went with phonetic names. But the two main parts about what we mean by professionals in the industry formerly known as advertisers, we don't want to identify with a trend. I think if you talk to a lot of guys who started digital agencies over the last 5 or 10 years, they're trying to live that down. How do they get upstream from there? Because really it's still just about cracking a brand's code and then going where you need to go with the execution. And two, and this is what's been probably more different about us from other agencies, is that it's really rare to take a bunch of creative people that might start a rock band, might be painting in a gallery, or might be sitting in a room thinking about a client's business. It's a very rare collection of folks. And why constrain them to ad briefs? It's a really powerful weapon that large companies can use to help move their business forward. And we were very fortunate that our very first client had the same view. So it was begun by a company in Atlanta called PGI, and a very visionary chief creative officer and chief executive officer and chief technology officer. They told us, well, we have this idea. We were working with them on other stuff, positioning and things. They said, we want to take the conference call and give it a visual interface so people could go online to a meeting and see everyone in their meeting, and it would actually dial out to the phones. So what we really began in product development. And so I put this slide up just as an itsy-bitsy taste of what you might be getting into if you ever go this route. But if you can dive in and do a site and get out, please do. This was a 2-year odyssey of depth, and we are very grateful to have Unit 9 help us build this front end on the Flash. Here's a little movie.
the host, has joined the meeting.
Tim here. Who's on?
Hello, it's Karen.
Bob.
I'm on.
This is Bob.
I was off.
Jane.
Now I'm on.
Is Bob on?
Oh, sorry, this is Bob. I was on mute.
Karen, you were already here. Who joined just now?
Mark.
Sue, you on?
Jane.
Mark. Unmuted again. This is Bob. I'm going back on mute. Did say what?
With iMeet, we didn't just create a 360 marketing campaign. We started earlier, at the very beginning, with the belief that the product will be its own best ad. The client was looking for a way to create a visual interface for conference calls, a space cluttered by ugly, engineering-driven solutions. So, we built iMeet from the ground up, bringing world-class design standards to online meetings. Hey guys.
Hey.
Putting actual people back at the center. We built a clean visual space where everyone joined the meeting with their own cube. Everyone can see each other, get to know each other, and connect to one another's social networks. Webcams are easily turned on or off. We even created custom environments so people could choose their own. And for corporate customers, we created a brand experience for their meetings. In the room, you can show presentations or even bring up YouTube videos. When it came time to launch, we kept the same refreshing tone throughout the product and the advertising. Since seeing is believing, all the digital work is animated with the iconic cubes rising into rooms. On television, we moved on to envisioning a few of the world's great meetings, as they may have appeared in iMeet.
Come on, Vincent, turn on your webcam.
That's okay.
Please, Vincent.
I just don't feel like meeting in video today.
Turn it on.
Today is not a video kind of day.
Vincent Willem van Gogh.
Fine. Trying to cut my own hair. Silly.
Thank you. The only thing I'll say about product development and this sort of approach is that we found it to be very successful when you're dealing with a CEO who's charged with a vision for a company. Not so much when you're dealing with a CMO, who by definition is a bit of a silo. So we work with marketing clients as well, though, and we enjoy advertising. Just a little peek at how we hope meetings will start looking very soon in the future. I don't know if any of these folks are here this week.